Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast, Pub Chat. Obviously, on the Zoom today as we preview the fourth round of the FA Cup, the fixture between our Reds and the Wolves of Wolverhampton. Hey, and with me today we have Justin. Our special guest is Justin Dirty, all the way from Bogota, Colombia. We try to keep the show international, and there we go, Justin, who just
Yeah,
left
just
Austin a couple weeks ago, and good to see you, mate. And then we also have Wee Glenn from the Isle of Man, living here in the beautiful
In
Austin,
Flugable.
Texas. How are you guys?
I've been better, but as far as the matches are concerned, like the form that we are in, but I'm excellent. The
Right.
views here are amazing. I'm getting married next month.
Congratulations.
Yeah, everything's great, man.
We just had our episode about our piss and moan episode
Oh no,
for
I
the
should have been on
Brentford
that one.
match. So
I'm
let's
good at
try
that.
to little bit more positive as we go into the weekend, the fourth round of this FA Cup. And let's I guess, you know, the news this morning, Virgil may be out for a little bit with a hamstring issue. So Glenn, let's start like we normally do with projected lineups. What do you think how Klopp is gonna set this team up, considering that we're already out of the League Cup? I don't think he wants to put a totally new team and get knocked out of another domestic cup so early.
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure. I think between between Wolves and Liverpool, I don't know which team will be less asked about this. Probably Wolves, because obviously they've got different things going on. But I I I couldn't tell you, other than probably the obvious two or three that just need games. Um, it could be a bit of anything. This one, I'll be surprised if Liverpool go strong. I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna make loads of changes. A lot of the like I say, a lot of the backup players will play. Um, so yeah, what do you think, Justin? Do you think it's going to be similar?
I mean, Klopp always puts out a strong team in the cups. I think we always think he's going to go weak. We always say, "Oh, let's concentrate on the league. Let's concentrate on that. We got this to think of." I mean, it seems like we always put out a strong team, regardless. We might see a couple of things in there. I mean, I think you throw Kanate straight back in after his mistakes recently against Brentford, which we won't get into, but. Yeah, I mean, whether Matip starts, on the back, because it seems like he can't play two matches in a row. Maybe we save him for, the league. Maybe throw Nat in there alongside Kanate. But yeah, I don't know. Costas might need another, he'll probably see him on the left, I would assume, just because he had a shocker too, I thought, against Brentford. So,
Yeah.
But when it comes to the midfield, we're short on options anyway. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see Carvalho in there because we haven't seen him like lately. I feel like he's dropped off. I don't know why. So I figure we'll go as strong as we can. We have to have some people in there. Hendo will probably come back from his concussion, hopefully, and start and like provide some of that, stability and the seniority that we need in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the competition we're in still. We don't have the League Cup to worry about anymore. Wolves do actually have the quarterfinals of the League Cup coming up, I think, right after this match. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, I think. But I mean, Lopetegui is still, trying to put his stamp on the thing. So, they will want to beat us at Anfield. So this is at Anfield, right? So
Right.
they'll
So
want to beat us.
you mentioned and you're talking about a Wolves club that's in 19th place in the table, who I predicted were going to get relegated on our very first show, which I got laughed at by all you guys. But anyway, I think, Justin, you're right that Klopp, I don't think he can afford to get knocked out of this cup this early. He wants to put a strong team, but I do think the way that the Wolves sets up, they're a very Portuguese-based team. I think your Carvalho will come in. I think we're going to see Bajic play. Um,
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of other options. I guess Keita could come in. He hasn't really played. And one thing that is to the benefit of Liverpool is that there's a whole week off, right, between games. So he may be able to play some players that he normally wouldn't if there was a midweek game. And
What
so, um,
what I was just going to say, what do you think? I think what you've said about the defense midfield is spot on. From a forward point of view, not really got many forwards.
well,
So
you got Gakpo probably will make his debut,
I
right?
don't know. I'm not sure if he will because he's literally just been cleared. I don't know how much of a training he's done. He might do, but he might just say he might give him half an hour and maybe bring him on from the bench.
Hmm.
I think Oxlade-Chamberlain gets another game. Nunes maybe just simply to try and get him a couple of goals. I don't know. I think from the forward position, that's where we need to. Not a whole lot of options. Hopefully, maybe Doak might start as well, but you don't want it. Like the thing is with these games is when you do a couple of changes, it's okay. But when you start
Hmm.
doing like 6, 7 changes and you've got loads of young lads in, it's difficult and loads of different new players. It's difficult to get any type of rhythm.
Yeah.
So
I mean that this would be a good game for Carvalho to go back up on the left side, up front where I thought that's where what we bought him for, right? So for him to get a game, because he's kind of been the man that's disappeared here recently. We haven't really seen a lot of him, and I thought even against that Brentford game, he was somebody that at least could have tried to lock a defense, with his technical ability. But the I think you're right. Simicus will come back in for the League Cup. What Keita hasn't really played a lot, so I kind of see him coming back. If Hendo's available, I think he'll play. He was a huge miss against Bradford. Just his energy and leadership. And so, what playing this game, after the back of that Brentford loss, a lot of bitter taste in our mouth. I think that this will be an opportunity to try to right some of those wrongs from the last game and at least get some positive energy around the club. Um, which doesn't seem to have a lot of positive energy about it at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Mo goes more central, possibly put Doak on the right, Mo centrally, and then put Carvalho on the left. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of seeing Mo just stuck to the touchline. I think he needs to be more involved. I don't know, he's flagging a bit, I guess you could say. I mean, everybody is at the moment. I can't tell you one informed player. Like Robbo looks decent still. Like
Mm-hmm.
Thiago is kind of getting some shots, but does Thiago get a rest? Again, like the week break does factor into this. Do we start strong? Can we afford to not start strong? Start a lineup that's not strong like we did against Brentford? In retrospect, that was not the best lineup, was it? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think we'll want to go out there. It's at home. We'll put out a good side. We'll want to get out in front of them and then make some subs.
But you mentioned starting strong. Sorry, Glenn. You mentioned starting strong. That's not been the strong suit of the Liverpool squad this season at all in whatever competition we happen to be in, right?
yeah, I mean, it's been the way, hasn't it? I think with it being in the cup, I think it's going to be it's a game basically that neither team wants, like I was saying before, especially from Wolves' point of view. Wolves are scrapping now to get out of to stay in the league, and then you've got obviously they've got the League Cup coming up soon, obviously in the quarterfinals there.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing tonight as well. We're recording this on a Wednesday morning in Austin time, so they're playing this afternoon for us. So they're going to be probably putting all that in. It's a derby as well against Aston Villa. So you would think that they're going to make loads and loads of changes. So hopefully, if we can start quickly, I'd like to see Nunes play, and it's just It's just totally selfish because I just want to see him play football all the time because he's absolutely insane. He's mental. And just also from maybe a confidence point of view, I wouldn't mind seeing him. Wouldn't mind seeing him getting on the score sheet. Maybe I don't know. In an ideal world, maybe Mo is on the bench, and maybe he does 60 minutes and Salah does the other 30. In an ideal world, because as much as I'd want Nunes to play, we've got two forwards at the minute. I know Gakpo's coming in, but we've got two forwards and we've got loads of games. So gotta be quite clever with how we look after them too.
Yeah, I mean, I do, and I know our buddy Jono would love to see Doak play on the left and push Salah through the middle and get maybe Nunez stay on the left-hand side. You know, he's just as comfortable on the left-hand side too and offers pace down that side. So the main difference is, right, our midfield. Who's going to be in our midfield? Do we have the engine in the drive from the midfield that will protect our back four and to, you know, support our offense? But I think that's it's going to be a game for Bajcetic to come in and play. So
here's one for you. Out of 10, how asked are you about this game? Because I'm at about a 1.
go ahead, Justin, then I'll give you my answer.
I'm a miserable bastard.
I mean, I am always one for, you know, I want to be in every competition. I want to be showing, you know, we're out of the League Cup. We don't have to worry about the weekend. This is the time. Wolves do have to worry about the weekend. They're in the quarterfinals, you know, like this is where we put down, you know, we should be there, you know, we should smack them at Anfield and we should be in the quarterfinals, you know, at the weekend, and we're not. I want to win trophies. I think Liverpool Football Club, I won't disrespect the cups. I want to win the League Cup every year. That is our cup. We've won it the most. I'm sad that we're not able to defend that. And we are the holders of this cup. And I think, you know, I am bothered about, you know, so I'm worried about our league form, but this little break, the fact that the schedule is what it is right now, it offers us the chance to go ahead and go for this, get some momentum back. Yeah, maybe see a bit of Gakpo again. I don't think he starts either. I think maybe 30 minutes or so at the end. If he does start, brilliant. Like, I'd love for him to go out and bag a Hattie at Anfield on his debut. Like, that'd be excellent. You know. So when it comes to this match, yeah, I care. You know, like, and it is always interesting, the lineups, the little mind games, or the psychology that goes into it, and how it can propel you, and how you know that, you know, you're still fighting for something because the league's gone. Champions League, we've got Real Madrid in this form, you know, like it will take us at our absolute best to be even close to them, I feel. Even though they did struggle against a fourth tier team in their cup recently. So I think it just goes to show, the importance of a cup, because I think they will be worried about, you know, their showing in the Copa del Rey, and maybe how that might transfer to their confidence a little bit, possibly. So yeah, cups matter.
They're shite all the time. When they come to about February, they turn it on every time. The reason I'm being a bit miserable and thing about it is I've just got a bit of a hangover from the weekend. I just think everything's got like the way the February lines up. We've got that many games and we've got that many injuries in it that. For me, all attention would be on the league. But I'm gonna be wrong. I love the FA Cup. You know, it's my favourite. Absolutely loved it when I was a kid growing up, and last year was absolutely class as well. But just right now, bloody hell, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, I'm gonna side with Justin. I want to win the cup again. I
want to win the cup as well.
I know, but I'm not gonna say one. I'm not gonna go and say this match doesn't matter to me, because it does. Every match that the Reds play matters, and I want them to win, and I want to see us try to capture some form. But I understand your angst as well, Glenn. Everybody has a hangover you know, we had a whole hour of conversation about it a couple of days ago, how pissed off we were. But all right, prediction time. Justin, what's your prediction for the score of this FA Cup game?
I'd love a 2-0 would be amazing. 2-0 to the Reds. A debut goal for Gakpo. Nunez on the score sheet. A clean sheet. That would be. Right. That would make my day. So
all right, Glenn.
Bloody hell. I'll go 3-0 based on absolutely
yeah.
3-0. Okay. I'm going
Nunes hat-trick, because that's what I'm going for every game now. I'm putting on every game.
Okay. So I'm gonna go 3-1 for the Reds and just advancing to the next round. So, all right, there you have it. All optimists on this weekend. No matter what Glenn says that he's only a one about the match, he
Yeah,
thinks
he's saying
that
3-0.
he's gonna
Yeah,
go
listen,
3-0.
hey, it's Wednesday to be fair, it's Wednesday today. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you have yeah.
comes to Friday and Saturday, I'll probably be
Yeah.
buzzing and stuff like
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Like,
Hey,
I'll watch the Wolves match today, and I'll give you an updated
there
prediction.
you go. There you go. Hey, so speaking of this current Wolf squad, the rumors today and yesterday moving up is Liverpool's in negotiations to try to get Mateus Nunes, midfielder, 24 years old, Portuguese, national player. Um, thoughts? Is this going to happen? Is this going to be just one of the ones that we signed and he comes in the summer? Um, quick thoughts about that, guys, before we sign off.
I mean, I personally don't know the guy. You know, like if we're in for him now, were we in for him in the summer? Didn't he just go to Wolves? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so why weren't we in for that? And you know, talking about like Enzo, the Argentinian, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
why didn't we nab him before he goes to Benfica? Or, you know, we've been so slow to pull the trigger on these midfielders, and I don't know why. You know, Guimaraes from Newcastle,
Mm-hmm.
did we not look at him because he's a beast?
Yeah.
You know, like, and if we were just worried, you know, like, so I don't know, you know, like I'm hoping we get this one right, but you know, we definitely need bodies in there, and I've not watched the guy. Like I will watch him more closely now. I think he only made his first, second, third start recently for Wolves after
Mm-hmm.
his signing. I think he's been injured, so I have zero idea about the guy. But if you know, if Pep and Klopp and you know whoever the hell is in the back room these days, like thinks that or that it's a good signing, you know, like we tend to get these right. So, and I'm for it. I'll give him a shot. I'll get behind him like everybody we bring in.
I just can't see it happening, to be honest. I don't really know a whole lot about him. I'm not going to lie and pretend as if I do, but I just can't see if Wolves are spending that amount of money on a player, and he's only played, you know, a handful of games for this season, basically, like Justin just said. Why would they sell a player who's that valuable to them? He might not have worked out, and I don't know if they're just trying to get money into to get other players in as well. But to do that in January, I just find, when do you ever really see a player get signed in the summer and then get sold in the January? You don't ever see it. And then also it's out there. It's all like Liverpool's business. Liverpool's business in general, but to be honest, 90% of the time, it just gets done. And you don't hear about it. You hear about it a couple of days before. Just the Gakpo thing came. It was like come from nowhere. Diaz thing came from nowhere. The Nunes thing sort of comes from nowhere. So I don't think it will happen. If I'm honest, I don't know enough about him as well to say what even type of midfielder that he is. But I can't see it happening because simply for the fact that Liverpool don't do transfers through the media like this, other than the Van Dijk one.
Yeah.
I think that was 5 years ago. Liverpool have not really done it ever again. So don't think.
Sounds like agents wanting more money.
Sorry to piss on everyone's Cheerios or whatever.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, obviously Liverpool need midfield reinforcements, but this name that's being attached to Liverpool, just on the business side, it's nonsensical, right? You just signed a contract. They're fighting for relegation. Why would they sell, you know, one of their better midfielder players, even though there's still 6 months to go. That's not. They've gotten a lot of money from Liverpool in the past, so I don't think it's just a purely monetary transaction for them, right? So, but like you said, a lot of it is agent speak, Justin. A lot of it's smoke screen, and then we'll come out and we'll sign a different midfield player. So, interesting. And maybe it's just because we're gonna play Wolves on the weekend. Just that's why the rumors kicked up for this week on it. So who knows, right?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they've spent. I'm just looking now. I'm not gonna lie, 38 million on this lad in August. So unless this Lopetegui just does not fancy him and wants to get him, quick money in,
Mhm.
I can't see it happening. I can't see it happening, unfortunately. I mean, I say unfortunately. I mean, it'd be good to get a midfielder in, but I'm not one of these that just like get me a midfielder and get me Tielemans and get me this player and that man just because they're a midfielder. I
Right.
want midfielders in that are actually going to be decent and help us out. So, yeah, it is what it is, I suppose.
Hey, we can go get Weston McKennie from Juventus for 20 million. You know,
I'd
Well,
love an
they're,
American squad.
they're absolutely
So,
That's
breaking down, aren't they? They're absolutely they're going. It's all going to tits for
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
That's
So
what I'm saying. You can get him on the cheap. He's a box to box young midfielder and half the price of Nunez. You know, so anyways, that's just my American
that's your
bias.
dream, man.
But I'd
That's
love
just
to
purely
have it.
because he's American, isn't it?
Well, he's a good player too. I mean, he's been Juventus' best midfielder for a couple of years. You know, when he plays. So,
They've been
um,
shite.
well, yeah. Well, they have an old defensive back, so that doesn't help either. So anyway, well, Justin, thank you for coming all the way from Bogota, man. The luxury of modern communications and technology. Thank you for being here. You look glorious. We all wish you the best on your life down there and your impending nuptials. And hopefully we'll bring you back on the show here and get an update from you.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully in a little bit better time for the Reds. Like I'd like to be able to wax lyrical about how amazing we've been and what excellent form we're in. Right now is like I have no answers. I don't know who does. So we just have to keep playing our way through. But yeah. Thanks for having me on. Have a nice song and a pint down at the pub for me if you can.
Definitely. All right, Glenn. Any last parting words of wisdom?
Never getting any party wisdom from me, mate. It's all absolute nonsense that comes out of my mouth. So no, just like, subscribe, and all that bollocks, and we'll see us down the pub hopefully more often.
That's right. Well, up the Reds. Cheers.
Hot stuff.